service is provided in high definition by freeconferencecallhd.com. Please your
Hallelujah. Thank you.
access code accepted. There are 2 participants in the conference. Connect yourself. Entry and exit tones are off. Entry tones are off. Exit tones are on. Entry tones are on. Exit tones are off.
5 minutes before countdown time, you all. Happy Monday. This is the V.I.E.W. Variety of ideas to enhance your wealth. If you've just joined us, please state your name. You've got the Reeds co-hosting this call this morning, so let us know who you are and where you are calling from.
Kristen, Carbondale, Illinois. Good morning.
Great morning, Kristen.
Good morning, Kristen.
Yes, somebody else jumped in. Good morning to you. Hello.
Vanessa Jenkins, Lindenwold, New Jersey. How are you?
Great morning, Vanessa Jenkins. So good to have you on the line. And please, once you have announced yourself, please hit *6 to mute your line out so we can hear everybody else. Now, as one other person, we jumped in there with the whole crowd. Please let us know who you are and where you're calling from. We don't want to miss you.
Good morning, Cynthia and Ken Reed. This is V.I.W. in Chicago.
Great.
And thank you for the info.
Thank you so much. Your appreciation. That's what we do. We share things back and forth with each other that are good and uplifting, even if it's not Motivational Monday or all the other days that we have on the V.I.E.W. All right, everyone. Please, again, hit *6 to mute your line out. We have about 4 minutes before we get started, so let us know who you are, where you're calling from.
Willie from Cleveland, Ohio. Good morning.
Great morning, William. How's Lake Erie?
Oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good right now.
It's out there. Not quite want to dip your toes in the fall. Might get a little cool out there. Oh, wow. I'll tell you what. We are so glad to get going this morning here in a few moments. And if you joined us and this is your first time, or if you are saying, I'm back, let us know who you are, where you're calling from. You got the Reeds co-hosting the Motivational Monday call. There are so many activities to do in the fall, ladies and gentlemen. And one of the things we're going to talk about today is how to stay motivated. And there's a lot of ways to do that because we're in a slowdown season, and that's just part of nature. But we do not want to slow down our motivation to get us through to the next level. We're so glad to have you on the call this morning. And I've got about, says 2 minutes to go. And if you're out there, please state your name, where you're calling from.
Marilyn Malachi.
Hey, Marilyn, how are you, dear heart?
I'm doing wonderful. Glad to hear your voice.
Thank you so much. Glad to be heard. Amen. Yes, so please, again, if you are here the first time or a repeat time, if you're a regular, welcome back, regular. And if you're new, welcome to the family. Surge 365 has got it going on, and you all just got to be a part of it. So if you're out there, state your name. Great. Ooh, girl, I'm so glad you got your electricity on. Your phone is charged. We're so glad to have you on the line. I'm telling you, just power warrior down there in Louisiana. So thank you so much. If you are out there and you have not yet introduced yourself, please state your name. Let us know where you're calling from. You got the Reeds at the V.I.E.W., and we are waiting to hear from you. Sister Morris, how are you? Where are you calling from?
Rocky Mountain, North Carolina.
There you go. See, I haven't memorized where all y'all calling in from yet, so you got to help the sister out. So Rocky Mountain, North Carolina. So glad to have you out there. And if you're out there, again, you jumped in, please let us know. You have about 1.5 minutes before we get started on this call. So let us know who you are.
Buenos dias, Mikey from Southern California.
Great. Great morning, Mikey. How are you today?
I'm very grateful and thankful, and you stay beautiful.
Hey, you do the same. And that's one of the things that's uplifting about so many of you all on here. Not singling anybody out, but Mikey, you in California. And so that, according to mytimedate.com or whatever that site is 4:30 a.m. So thank you so much. We all are just so glad to have everybody coast to coast, border to border. We have a minute left, so please let us know who you are and where you're calling from. Welcome to the View.
It's an honor.
Had someone else jump in. Have a few moments left to go, 30 seconds. Let us know who you are and where you're calling from.
Nick and Ann Brown, Acatee, Maryland.
Hey, super peoples, how you doing?
Absolutely fantastic. Good morning.
Good morning. Kenny's sitting here grinning, something about super peoples. Yes, Mr. Reed, you married a journalist. I can come up with some word stuff now. I can make me up some good words. So about some good people. So thank you so much for joining us. We have 15 seconds to go before we get started, and then we're gonna get it going.
Great morning, Barbara Belcher, Indiana.
There's my sister. How you doing, girlfriend?
Super fantastic. Thank you, Cynthia.
Wonderful. For those of y'all don't know, we go way back. The few Indiana folks that we have. Barb, we be on this phone for another till like 9 o'clock, just sharing stories. So we're just so glad to have you. You know, you right. We got each other's back. So anyway, if you're out there, last time to shout out your name, where are you calling from?
Good morning. I am the Green, Raleigh, North Carolina.
There she is. Got to represent Raleigh, North Carolina. So with that, I'm gonna let y'all have one more shout out, okay? And just let us know who you are, where you're calling from. We love y'all so much. We don't want to miss a person. We don't want to miss anyone. And we're going to go and get started. So please hold on. We're getting it. Okay, we missed you. Who was that again? Danny. Man, you better be on this line. Okay. Replays are okay, but we want to hear your voice. So thank you so much. We're going to go and get this going. All right, here we go, y'all.
Entry and exit tones are on. Entry and exit tones are off. All participants are muted, and they can. To start conference recording, press 1. To read the recording has started. Great
morning, great morning. Welcome to Motivational Monday, where we are on this thing called The View, a variety of ideas to enhance and enrich your wealth, where you have winning ways, sparking motivation, leadership. I kind of twisted that around, but anyway, you know what I'm saying, y'all. Help you thrive up and level up and rise up to become that weekend warrior 365 days a year, because Surge 365 ain't nothing but 365 day party. We are so glad to have you all who are listening to the replay of this call. And today is Motivational Monday, September 13th, 2021. And it's my great honor to present to you a gentleman who is a multiple $1,000 bonus earner. He has worked with Surge 365 founders since January 2006. I almost said 2021, but I'm still in the present, okay? Got to think in the present. And he's also a team builder, a business leader, a well-recognized and respected coach by many of the people in the area here where we live, and also by people all around the company. He is a retired teacher, taught for 34 years in the Muncie Community School System. He's a father, a grandfather, a personal coach, as I said before, and a great listener. And we have entered our 46th year of marriage, or is it 47?
We're working on 47.
It's so long, you just stop counting and you just roll with it, you know? So anyway, again, it's my greatest honor and privilege to welcome Mr. Reed to the line with a subject. Is it still good to you? Mr. Reed, take it away.
Well, first of all, I want to thank my lovely bride of 46 years. Yes, now we are working on number 47. But we've been together all this time. We've just been traveling together, building our Surge 365 business, and then sharing with other people that we come in contact with. And we want to thank all of you for getting up this morning and calling in to The View. So now, this morning, we're going to talk about something that I'm sure we're all concerned about. You know, the question Cynthia said and asked is it still good to you? When you think about all the time we've been in the business and all the changes we've gone through and all the trials, you know, life is like that. As we go through life, we know things are going to change. And, we have a tendency, if we go through things over and over again, after a while, we have a tendency, it's that human thing, to get bored. And we think about getting bored, first of all, we want to avoid what's called falling into a rut. What's a rut? I mean, that's when our bodies and our minds operate, on a cycle of work and sleep. But sometimes we get so involved in what we're doing that we end up losing interest or we end up losing focus on what we're doing. And those things that used to be and motivate us become things that are sort of falling to the wayside. So we got to think about things that we do or things that we could do to actually avoid getting into what we call the ruts of life. Now, there are a few things or suggestions that we found online by what we actually call sometimes burnout. And, one thing we can do is we can try to reach out to our friends. That means reach out to others. And that's good about Surge 365. We have so many wonderful friends out there. But it's important that we reach out to one another, that we can talk to each other once in a while. And, as we talk, we can discover that, it's not just about talking about business, but it's about being able to talk about what's going on in the lives of our friends and family. Things that are happening, things that we're going through in life, because as we experience this thing called life, there's always going to be things that come up, challenges that are going to come up, and people sometimes are up and excited, but then there's other times that they're down and they just need to have some communication to be able to talk to somebody, to be able to say, I know, I understand, I'm with you, I support you. Well, if you need anything, you need support, you need a word of encouragement, just call me and we'll talk and we'll actually lift one another up. And that's the great thing about having your Surge 365 friends and support. Cynthia?
Another thing is give yourself a serious, that's capital SERIOUS, break. One of the biggest pitfalls, ladies and gentlemen, that we have is we put too much on our plate. Because in American society, unlike others, if you've traveled to especially Caribbean country like Jamaica or Bahamas, we tend to burn out. People work hard all over the world, but we tend to expect too much of ourselves. Has that ever happened to you? I can tell you, I'm a witness, I'm a member of the club. And that often results in being constantly behind in our work. Those of us who have friends that have worked behind office desks or work on a phone from home or whatever, that feeling just increases tension because you're hearing in one ear everything that you have going on in the world. Every time we turn on the TV, every time we try not to turn it on too much personally, but everything that you hear, that you pick up, that's just around you, all that connectivity goes into our brain, leads to more stress, opens the door to inflammation, and that increases the disease, and the mental emotional breakdown cycle has begun. We got to learn how to pull that thing back like a runaway hill, Kenny?
Well, if you have even just the least bit of interest in something, then try exploring it. Because if it's legal and it's ethical and it's moral and positive, well, if it's something that builds you up, then that act of exploring can actually be a refreshing change. Plus, learning new things on a regular basis may even actually change the course of your life. There's a site called Skillshare that offers unlimited access to over 22,000 classes. So many of them are in business and entrepreneurship. But I think we just need to be able to open up and think about different things. And once again, as we look and think about different things and open up and talk to people, it's going to give us a new look on life. It'll give us something refreshing, something new. And we have in Surgery 65 that slogan about taking nations on vacations. Well, a week's vacation once a year has been proven what to be medical or even business studies have showed that it lowers blood pressure and it can actually reduce depression or it can boost our moods. And our moods do need boosting. Maybe we can improve our relationships. I know every time when Cynthia and I go somewhere, yeah, we get, we have a good time, but we just get a little closer.
Go find a tambourine somewhere, y'all.
It's always good to get a little closer. It's be able good to relieve the stress of life, to be able to just sit back and relax. It's sort of like an automobile. We are constantly talk about changing the oil and maintenance of that vehicle. And if we don't change it, remember the oil gets cloudy, it gets impurities, and it will affect the operation of your vehicle. Well, our bodies are the same way. We need maintenance. We need to be able to have that release, that emotional release, that charge, be able to get that recharge. So it's really important that we do everything we can to make sure that we don't get bored or depressed and that we keep motivated. Back to you, Cynthia.
And you know what? With the Healing Nations, with vacations, take that serious. We're talking about taking a serious break, and this is my heart to you all. There's so many people out there. If you forget what your why is, and you're just looking at the levels, and you're thinking, I'm not working hard enough, I'm not working fast enough. Sometimes it's just like the gear shifts on a car. First gear will never be fifth gear. Fifth gear will never be third gear. Third gear will never be second gear. Everything has its lane. It has its place, its purpose. So when you get in that rough patch, crank that thing down to second gear and go up that hill. And then when you're on a stretch like somewhere in Texas, keep it straight on drive, overdrive, whatever you have. You do not want to put yourself in a gear shift position in your life that's going to stretch and strip you of everything that you need to keep you on the way to your destination. Somehow that just got dropped in my spirit. I had to share it with y'all. Thank you, Jesus. Now, in summary, people will notice when we change. You'll notice when other people change. We're not talking about our changes. You look in a person's eyes, if they've been down and something happens in their life that pulls them back up, it radiates. It truly does. It touches every aspect of our lives and it makes life more exciting. A lack of change will stall us out like a bad engine in a car. And plus, we will also feel more energized. You don't have to have Red Bull or 2, 3 cups of Starbucks espresso. You don't need that. It's okay if that's what you're into, but don't depend on that to keep you motivated because the way the body is set up with the system and the insulin and what have you, it will crash on you if you don't give it balance. That's why rest and relaxation is so important. And sometimes it does take a while to get out of a rut. But if we are consistent, if we avoid all of the negative things as much as we possibly can, and when we encounter those negative things, brothers and sisters, we have to say, okay, let me filter this through. I'm not letting this distract me. I'm not letting this stall me out. So let's do all we can to nurture not only ourselves, but each other to support a motivational environment for ourselves because even the littlest changes can make us one step more victorious to where we want to be. Now, to go over those again, to keep from falling into a rut, reach out to friends we haven't seen in a while. Don't talk business, just call to catch up, say, hey, what's going on? If they have that, I'm okay, and then the back of their voice is, you trying to sell me something, aren't you? No, just let them know up front. I'm really interested in what's going on with you. You're on my heart, so I called. Is that okay? Then give yourself a serious break. You don't have to take a week-long vacation. Sometimes you just go to the next town. And we go to Indianapolis. We go to little areas outside Indianapolis. We go to farmers markets, all kinds of things because we're very, very careful, even though we've been fully vaccinated, extremely careful about who we're around because y'all, we over 60. So we have to make sure that we take care of ourselves so we're in our best shape for each other and our family members and our friends and our partners in business who are also our Surge 365 family members. And then once you've done that, you want to say, I'm going to tug on this little thread of what it's like to maybe ride horseback or maybe, pull on this little thread about how to do digital animation if you're into the, graphics and things. I'm going to find out how to maybe just do a better speaking thing with Toastmasters. I don't know how they do that now, but some folks, there's all kind of things online you can learn now without being in touch with people. And read a book, 10 minutes a day, read a book, expand your mind, and make sure it's a positive, motivational, uplifting book. I know y'all have heard a lot of these things before, but it's very important. Healing Nations with Vacations. Member, heal thyself. Subscriber, heal thyself. Director, heal thyself. Motivational Monday is about all of us helping each other, whether you're brand new, whether you're a team builder, whether you're a $1,000 bonus earner, whether you're a $500 earner, whether you're, hey, 10 grand, y'all, it's in our hand. We can get it often as we want. So what I'd like to do now is, again, thank you all for being a part of Motivational Monday. The replay for today's call is 712-432-1085. The PIN number is 261118#. You want to be sure to join us. They just came back. Motivational Monday, that group champion level up call came back from Costa Rica, and they were down there for 6 days, all expenses paid because they pushed. And we can push too. They're just showing us pictures and say, y'all come on, join us next time. And also the call, 712-432-0075, the champion level up call, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 p.m. Central. PIN number is 474053. Come on, wake up, brain. 474053. Always stay plugged in and tuned in for company news and announcements through your email. The Corporate Corner every Thursday. That is also a bit of a motivational pull. And your mobile Touch 365 app, or from your upline director or your adoptive director, your sideline partners, people who are really in the game and want to do it the right way, the right time, every time. Also, we have coming up at the top of the hour, Team Success Force at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Dial no pin 563-999-5283. No pin again is needed. That's 999-5283. Now, this concludes our announcements for today. You want to be sure to tune in tomorrow to Leadership Tuesday with Level 2 Director Lucretia Davis Daniel. And without that, again, I'm going to give myself a personal plug. God has blessed me to be in this world for 67 years today. And I'm just so glad that I'm motivated by so many of you all. It's truly a blessing. And one other weird thing is my sister's birthday and my brother's birthday is today. That's odd, That's odd. We're not triplets, but all three of us were born on September 13th. So don't say what God can't do, all right? Got a Bible verse, 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. Dear brothers and sisters, I close my letter with these last words. Be joyful, grow to maturity, encourage each other, live in harmony and peace. Then the love of God and peace will be with you. And the last word from Morgan Freeman, the best way to guarantee a loss is to quit. You got Kenneth and